Girl listeners. We are almost at the end of season 3 and we're doing another top 5 episode. Today we are talking about our top 5 the movie was better than the book adaptations. So get ready to get real mad at us.
I hope you're pulling out your phones to leave angry comments on the Instagram already.
Yeah, everybody likes us so far. Nobody's left us a mean comment. Today. Oh, yeah.
I'm going to actually be the one making multiple accounts.
Laurel has been cyberbullying me for years from multiple accounts.
I didn't know you knew it was me, but yeah, that's me.
It was pretty obvious. They all say relish-ish.
I should have stopped signing them at the end. Okay, that makes sense. That
the love Laurel really kind of eliminated any secrecy that it had.
Dag it. Thought the multiple accounts would be enough, but signing my name gave me away.
Yeah, you really did. And your social security, but we don't have to get into that.
I'm not supposed to sign my name with my social security number.
No.
Stop doing that.
Do you have your list pulled up?
I do.
Are you ready to go?
I actually am ready to go. Take a quick look. Notes. Look at that. Notes. Got notes today.
Wow, yeah. I'm so proud of you. Yeah. I literally just have my list and I was going to riff, so.
Oh, very good. That's usually how I come in here, so it's good.
Laurel, what was your number 5?
Well, real quick, I just want to say that I eliminated TV show adaptations. So I just stuck to movie adaptations.
Yes, same for me.
And I don't think I chose any that were adapted from comics or graphic novels. So I needed to narrow it down.
Look at you go.
Yeah.
What a cool cat.
I know. So I when I sat down to do this, I actually had a lot to say. How about you? Did you find that you felt like there were a lot of times? I was actually surprised how many times I was like, actually, the movie is better than the book.
I feel good with the answers I picked, but some of them are on the line a little bit.
Okay. All right. Okay, my 5 pick is Enchanted. I'm already making Maya mad.
You are the worst. Anyway, tell me your answers.
I kind of remember that you didn't like the movie.
I hate the movie, but carry on.
If it helps, it's my number 5 pick. I just think that the cast, amazing cast. I think it has that fun musical number near the end.
Yeah.
Where they tell her to sing and she has to because she's under compulsion to do whatever she's told to do. And they're like, add a little soul, and then she has to sing a little more soul-y, I guess.
I'm so sorry. I'm instantly hostile.
I know, the bad vibes that are just it's I can see red squiggly lines coming through the air towards me right now.
It was one of my favorite books growing up, and I was so excited to watch the movie, and then I watched it, and I was like, what the shit is that?
Well, I'll say this. It was one of the first fantasy films that I ever watched.
And did you watch the movie before reading the book?
And I watched the movie before I read the book.
There you go.
Because, my family wasn't super big on fantasy, so I didn't read, Lord of the Rings or anything like that growing up. So, Enchanted was one of the first films I saw that had, elves and, talking books and stuff like that. So, I don't know. I thought it was fun. And I thought the book was okay. All right, what's your number 5? I'm scared.
I wasn't anticipating that being. I thought you were just pranking me for a minute, and then I realized it was your actual answer. Sorry, you're fully entitled to your own opinions, Laurel. You don't have to agree with me on everything. Even if in this case I'm right and you're wrong, and the book is better than the movie. But whatever.
I mean, okay, so the book is okay, but I don't know. It's not
I just have a pet peeve when authors are so visually descriptive, and then you're like, I'm not gonna do any of that. It's you provided me with so many descriptions.
All right, so we live in a day.
Throwing them all out. Don't care that you painted an image in other readers' heads. I'm not gonna try and align to that at all.
I just think that when you're making an adaptation in a different media, you're not obligated to follow verbatim from the source material. And I know people like verbatim adaptations. I don't care. I don't care. It's only like when they make changes that I'm like, this doesn't have a reason to be made that I get annoyed. Like if they're randomly swapping genders of characters and things, I'm like, how does this affect the story in any way?
Yeah.
You didn't do anything interesting with this, choice. So like, why did you make it in the first place?
Yeah. I just think it would have been fun as like a real fantasy movie instead of like
the silly thing that it was.
Silly, goofy.
I liked how silly goofy it was. It was very silly goofy.
It was so, again,
very silly
when
goofy.
I am given such lush visual descriptions and I receive none of that in return, I receive zero nada. Every costume looks like it came from Party City. Yeah, I do get a little peeved at that. Yes, I do.
Enchanted is going on to Maya's top 5 worst adaptations.
Hate, loathe entirely. Anyway, sorry, Laurel. Yeah. I understand.
No. I don't need your. I don't need your. I don't need your pittance. I don't need your. I don't need your crumbs of psychology.
Anyway, my number 5.
Yeah, what's your number 5?
The movie is better than the book. I think this is very appropriate. Is Jaws. Because I didn't even know that it was a book.
Oh. I've heard, I think that's a valid choice. I haven't read the book or watched the movie, but I agree with you.
I have nothing to say to you.
I agree with you based on the book pile. On their take on the book Jaws. It sounded kind of dumb.
Mm-hmm.
So.
It's a cinematic masterpiece, and it's one of like the iconic classics of film. Like that's one that I watched in my film classes, and I did not know there was a book. Don't care that it's a book. If your adaptation is so good that it makes the book completely irrelevant, then I think that you've done something right.
Am I crazy, or is that also a Crichton book?
No, not Michael Crichton.
Okay.
Peter Benchley.
Whoever that is.
Don't know. Anyway, I'm sure it's a perfectly serviceable book, but again, some things transcend the thing that they're adapting, which is why I can concede that probably more people have watched the Ella Enchanted movie than they have read the book. And while I think that's a crime, that makes sense how that would transcend its that makes sense that would transcend what it's adapting. So you see, I am being reasonable.
I really want to bring some conflict back into like your choice of Jaws, but I don't have anything, so we're just gonna have to
keep going. Sorry, no one can get mad about this one. Sorry if you love the Jaws book, that's great for you. But like me and Ella Enchanted, fortunately, we are obsolete in this day and age. Anyway, Laurel, what's your number 4?
My number 4. This is no, it's fine. I just don't think you've probably watched or read this one, but it's also the only one on my list that isn't a children's movie. Mickey 17.
Yeah. The one that just came out.
It just came out, yeah. So I read the book first. And it was Mickey 7, and then they changed it to Mickey 17 for the film, which I think was a smart choice.
Yeah.
And sort of the concept is like this guy is part of a space colony, but his job is to die.
Oh,
so like, exactly, whenever they need someone to go like do a dangerous job, he does it, and then they just like reboot him and like print him out a new body and upload his memories into the new body.
Poor Bobby Pats.
Poor little Bobby Pats.
Poor Bobby Pattinson.
Poor Bobby Pattinson. I thought the book was interesting, but I didn't think it really explored the concept as well as it could have, and the movie like took it to that next level.
That's what we love to hear.
Yeah, the book was also pretty short.
Do you love how agreeable I'm being?
Yeah, you're being so agreeable.
I know, I'm being so nice. I'm trying to make up for the open hostility in the beginning of this episode.
I liked that. I think that really set the tone for the episode. I just thought that like the book hinted at some things that it didn't deliver on, and then the movie like took it further, dialed it up. I don't think the movie is perfect either, though. Okay. Like, I do think the satire is pretty heavy-handed. And towards the end, it gets a bit, like, action movie-y, which feels out of place for the tone of the rest of the film.
Okay.
And I got a little bored.
The story of Laurel.
Story of my life. I get bored at the 1 hour, 30-minute mark. It's just too long.
That's how long movies should be. They shouldn't be longer than that.
I agree.
I mean,
yeah. But anyway, I thought it was just like the casting of Bobby. Sorry, not
Bobby Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson. I'm just like literally calling him Bobby now because of you.
Yeah, we call him Bobby Patts. It's Robert Pattinson.
In this little corner of the internet, he's Bobby.
Literally in this like tiny microchip of the internet.
Exactly. I just thought his performance or performances as like the different versions of himself was just really delightful. So
what a lovely man.
Yeah, I argue with that movie is definitely better. Okay, what's your number 4 pick? What are you about to say?
My number 4 pick is Prince of Egypt.
Oh! That's why you were telling me to shut up. Why? What the heck?
I was like, don't guess it.
You cannot say that.
I'm not saying the entire Bible. I'm saying the Book of Exodus.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen Prince of Egypt.
Listen. Would you rather read through the entire Book of Exodus or sit down and watch the cinematic masterpiece that is Prince of Egypt?
Are you gonna like freak out if I tell you I haven't seen that film?
Yeah, I am gonna freak out. What kind of
I know.
What kind of religious child are you?
We never watched VeggieTales growing up either, so.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. Am I even... Can I even claim a Christian childhood? Never saw Prince of Egypt, never watched VeggieTales.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you're not evangelical, that's for sure.
It looks pretty. I'll give you that.
It's beautiful. The voice acting is incredible. A+++ casting. And they consulted over 20 different religious experts to make the film. It's not just like a pure flicks movie. It's not just that was really hostile.
Yeah. No, they deserve that. Yeah. Catching strays over here, but warranted strays.
They were concerned about making an accurate and respectful depiction of a story that doesn't just belong to evangelical Christians, but also belongs to Jewish culture, to Mesopotamian heritage. Like, they were like, we're going to go for it, and it's going to be a work of art. The animation is beautiful. The soundtrack. It's a masterpiece, and I'm sorry, I would rather watch Prince of Egypt than read the Book of Exodus, so the movie's better than the book.
I always loved...
We're so canceled. We're
so canceled. In fact... I think I hear a rumbling. Someone's coming up the stairs. They're here to end the podcast in real time.
It's Billy Graham back from the dead.
No. That explains the shuffling.
We're gonna cut some out. Please tell Jelena not to listen to this one.
Oh, man.
Tell Jelena to skip to the halfway mark for this episode.
I'll tell her.
Anyway, there's my controversial take.
I always love the story of Joseph. I just think it's a really cool story. Wait, isn't that the story of Joseph? I've never seen the film. Help me out here.
It's Moses.
Joseph was literally more of a Prince of Egypt. Okay, they are both kind of a Prince of Egypt a little bit.
Okay, Moses is literally a Prince of Egypt, though.
Joseph was more of an advisor.
Yeah, he's a high-ranking official.
He was like, yeah, all right.
Oh my gosh. This is embarrassing for you.
Freaking Moses, I didn't even know that. My bad, fam.
I know you are.
Too many princes in that country over there. Whatever. Egypt is cool. That's all I gotta say.
Egypt is very cool. Anyway, that brings us to... Oh, hang on. Anyway, that brings us
What did you do?
Number 3. I did 2.
You're skipping ahead. All right, my number 3 pick. And this one is a little bit comparing apples to oranges because the books are so different. Mm-hmm. Is How to Train Your Dragon. And I love both. They're both great. They do totally different things. Mm-hmm. And that's awesome. The books are a little more like silly and more like definitely their audience is middle grade.
Yeah.
And that's cool and that's great. But the movie was like, just like beautiful
It's
and
so
like
beautiful.
mature storytelling and just like fantastic characterization, great themes.
Some of the best music
Some of the
ever.
best music ever. Made me cry probably.
I think that's
I'm
fair.
assuming.
Oh,
probably
made
did.
me, yeah. Wait, you're assuming it made me cry?
No, I'm assuming it made me
okay.
cry.
I was like, you assumed right, but rude.
How dare you?
Rude.
The scene where like he touches Toothless for the first time is always so pretty. It's like this moment of trust between these two like groups that have, you know, so many reasons not to trust each other. Oh, it's just so good. And that is my biggest argument for the source material does not need to be like Xeroxed.
Yeah.
Because they did something totally different. She's thinking about Enchanted. She's mad. Yeah, just a beautiful, beautiful film. I'm scared.
You should be.
What's your number 3 pick?
My number 3 pick is Blade Runner.
Oh.
Both iterations of it.
Oh.
So Blade Runner is based on the book Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, which I read in my science fiction class and then realized that it was, I was like, oh, this is Blade Runner. This is where it came from.
Yeah.
Blade Runner had so many like interesting concepts because they have the concepts of like androids that can pass as people. Like it brings in all these great science fiction motifs. Like it's a good book. Like I'll happily sit down and read it again. It does not have the same driving tension throughout the movie that the new Blade Runners do. It just builds on the atmosphere more, like, and fleshes out the characters. Again, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep is a great building block, but both movies kind of just stacked on top of it and built something greater. And I really don't have a lot else to say about that.
I really love when you see like an adaptation being inspired by like concepts and then just taking it further.
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
That's more like what I want. Like take the concept and change it up.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. I actually never watched Blade Runner either. And I got halfway through Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep and just got bored.
Yeah. It's a boring book.
It's kind of boring.
Yeah.
Like you said, the concepts are cool. The idea of like searching for androids that could theoretically pass as humans, that's cool.
Yep. Just make it
I just do not care about the main character at all.
And you gotta make it a little more interesting.
A little more interesting. I don't care. Like, why do I care about this guy?
Okay. Sorry. Yeah, no. He's an asshole. I don't care about him at all.
I'm just not a Philip K. Dick fan. He's just
Harrison Ford, though?
doesn't do it.
I'm a big fan of Harrison Ford. This brings us to number 2.
Number 2.
What's your number 2, Lorraine?
My number 2 pick is one of the first films that made me realize, oh, the movie can be better than the book. And it is The Giver. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. See, that was like an adaptation that definitely wanted to adapt to the book as much as they could, but they realized certain changes needed to be made to make it more cinematic.
Yes.
And they did a great job. They did interesting things with color in that film.
We love color in this household.
We sure do. They like play around with like it's in black and white in the beginning, and then as he begins to get his like emotions returned to him, he like begins to see color, which is really cool.
Beautiful.
I think they made Asher, the character of Asher, I had to look him up to it because I couldn't remember his name, but they gave him more plot relevance.
Yeah.
In the book, he always seemed a little like, why is he here? I think he was there for thematic reasons in the book, but he didn't really do much.
Poor Asher.
Poor Asher. Yeah, and I just think it was a more grounded and yet at the same time more like tense story.
Yeah.
And it was just better. It was just better. I liked it.
I love
The
that.
end.
I love that I don't have to argue with you later in this episode because your answers make much more sense to me.
I forgot that Enchanted was something we had discussed about before. Like, if I'd done that on purpose, it would have been funny.
But no, you just threw a bomb.
Just accidentally dropped a nuke.
Watch me.
I just hear like the
Terminator noise as I just lock
like
in
a
on the rope. My number 2 pick is another thing that might be really controversial.
What is
I'm
it?
in so much trouble. Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay.
And not saying the books are incredible. J.R.R. Tolkien is a master. This is not saying that the book is ever bad in what we're talking about. Again, the movies just brought to life concepts that maybe previously couldn't have been brought to life and created a cinematic masterpiece that I'm willing to sit down and watch, even though it's 3 hours and 30 minutes long if it's the director's cut.
The one exception to the 1 hour 30-minute rule.
I have been rewatching them recently with Mylan, and I'm just like, yeah. I'm like, these are some of the best movies ever made.
They're pretty amazing.
I want to go back in time and be part of the filmmaking process.
Yeah.
It's what helped build my passion for filmmaking.
Oh, wow.
I think some people might know that when I was 14, with a bunch of my other friends, we made 3 Lord of the Rings fan films.
I also thought about Lord of the Rings because, yeah, it's just
Who doesn't want to watch Lord of the Rings?
fantastic films.
I don't trust anybody who says they don't like Lord of the Rings.
I haven't watched the Hobbit films. Yeah, see, that was what people's reaction was, and that made me scared to watch them. They look too silly. Or you think they're good?
This is just a Hobbit sidebar.
Yeah.
There's things I like about them. I think the casting is perfect. It just had a tonal issue because J.R.R. Tolkien. And you can go and you can watch, real quick plug, you can go and watch Lindsay Ellis. She has a 2-part video essay. In the second part, she actually goes to New Zealand. And she breaks down exactly why The Hobbit is so problematic and quote-unquote not as good as the original. But she does start by saying all the things that she likes about it. And if I talk about it more, I'm just going to re-quote everything that Lindsay said. So just please go watch Lindsay Ellis's video essay about The Hobbit because she's amazing. And all of her video essays are amazing. And I love her. Okay. Anyway. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. That's a good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are a lot of like film adaptations that I didn't include because I was like, the film adaptation is excellent, but I also think the book is excellent.
Yeah.
So it was
this
like,
one was difficult, but
yeah.
I was really like.
So I like considered Lord of the Rings, but I think you're right because it's like you said, the Lord of the Rings had a lot of extra stuff that the films cut, and it improved the story, and that might get us canceled. Killed.
This is the episode that gets us canceled or killed. Anyway, that brings us to number 1.
Number 1. All right, my number 1 pick is The Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Oh, that's lovely, Laurel.
Thank you.
Great choice.
Thank you. I just think that the movie changed my brain chemistry. Like, what a film. I rewatch it periodically. It's funny, it's cozy, it's like adult in some ways.
Yeah.
Like, it has very mature storytelling. It's really unconventional.
The sound design is beautiful.
The sound design is beautiful. It does amazing things with stop motion and with color theory and with voice acting. And the cast is also amazing. I just think what a great movie. And the book was really, in my opinion, just sort of,
It's there.
I'm not really a doll girly. I think we've kind of gone over this before.
Oh yeah, I forgot that it's Roald Dahl.
Yeah. But see, like, even Roald Dahl aside, I never really connected with his books. As a kid or as a preteen or a teenager or an adult. Never.
No,
like, sometimes you come at them at the wrong time, but I've tried his books over the years and never really. I read The Fantastic Mr. Fox and I just remember being like, I don't get it. But the movie,
the Wes Anderson movie.
Wes Anderson and Roald Dahl might actually be a really great match.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah. What a film, and it's so like quirky. The voice acting is unlike voice acting. I don't know how to explain it. It's just different.
Yeah.
Feels really natural. At the same time, it's coming out of these freaky little fur puppets. Like, and I don't know. I just can't explain it, but it's great. Anyway, what's your number one pick?
I feel like you could almost guess my number one pick.
Oh.
Dun, dun,
How was it? Wait, hang on. Is it? All right.
Wait, are you still trying to guess the movie?
No, I'm trying to remember the composer because we said it wrong last time. It wasn't Zimmer.
No, well, you're right. I got so mad it wasn't Zimmer.
I know.
Is it Williams?
It's Williams. Because afterwards I was like, I don't know if I gotta Google it because I don't think we were right.
Yeah. Oh my
Freaking
gosh,
Williams.
John Williams. Freaking love John
John
Williams.
Williams needs to get his credit.
Yeah.
Credit where it's due.
All credit to John Williams. But yes, my number one pick for the movie adaptation that's better than the book is Jurassic Park.
Okay. I should have guessed that.
It's just so good. And I read the book. And it was horrifying. And it's a great book, but the Spielberg adaptation is just, again, transcendent. Notice how Spielberg is on this list twice. That should tell you something, filmmakers, about who you should be emulating.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, I don't have to say a ton more because if you want to hear about our opinions about Jurassic Park, you can go listen to our previous episode where we do new versus old, Jurassic Park versus Jurassic World. Anyway, that brings us to the end of our top 5 list, and Laurel and I made this one quick so that we could go back outside. Well, in Laurel's case, go back to her AC and her cats.
I'm not going outside. I will sprint from this building to my car so I can spend the least amount of time in fresh air as possible.
I like the sunshine.
I don't want it.
I got a pocket full of sunshine. I'm
gonna put garbage bags over my windows.
Take me away, a secret place, a sweet escape. That's gonna make the dogs bark,
beautiful.
if nothing else.
They're not barking. They were just so enchanted by your siren-like voice.
Yeah, like the siren from What We Do in the Shadows. Hello, everybody.
What the heck?
I'm a siren with
Betty Boop,
chicken
is that
legs.
you? What?
Don't worry. Well,
I guess I never got that far into What We Do in the Shadows.
I think that's your kind of show.
I should watch it.
But anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in for our short top 5 movie adaptations that were better than the book this week. Next week.
Or next time.
We are doing our season finale where we are doing Batman. We are doing 3 Batmans. Old versus new versus newer. So get ready. It's going to be long. Bobby Patz is going to make an appearance again.
Dark and moody. Bobby Patz!
Him.
I love him.
Bats!
Bobby Patz!
Anyway.
Yay!
So get super excited. We're excited to wrap up this season with you.
I'm going to show up in goth makeup.
Yeah. That sounds like something Laurel would do. Anyway, thanks for listening. And as always,
keep it feral!
Bye, everyone. Thank you for listening to another episode of Effing It Up. If you're enjoying these episodes, please like and subscribe. You can follow us on Instagram at _effingitup_ or on our YouTube channel where we post the video format of our show. If you have content that you want us to cover, we want to hear about it. Feel free to DM us on Instagram or leave us a comment on our YouTube channel. Thank you again.